Okay, let's get started creating something that can highlight how we can use JavaScript to add or remove styles in CSS. All right, so what we're going to create is an index.html page, and I'm going to make it a simple index page. So we'll have a doc type, HTML, we'll have an HTML tag, we'll have our head tag. Within that, we'll have our meta character set tag, set that equal to UTF-8. And we'll have a title tag, and we'll say JavaScript styles, because we're going to be using JavaScript to add and remove styles. And let's close out. First off, let's create a link to our style sheet. So we'll have a link with the relation style sheet. Type is going to be text/CSS. You really don't need that, but I like to put it. I'm just going to put this style sheet and the JavaScript in the same folder just to make it easier. So we'll go to style.css here, close out our head tag, create our body tag. Let's create a div, and let's just give it a class of changing colors. Okay, and then let's just close out the div, and we'll style it in a moment. And then let's also have a button, and we'll say for the button we'll have a function. We'll do onClick equals change to green, and we'll create that function, and we'll call it change to green here. Okay, we'll close out our button. Let's have another button, and we'll say we'll have another onClick equals change to red, and we'll say change to red, and we'll close out that button tag, and let's do one more button, and we'll have an onClick equal change to orange. Let's do change to orange. Okay, and let's close that one out, and we'll say change to orange. Okay, we'll close out the button. All right, and so our div's closed out. Let's close out our, before we close out our body tag, let's actually bring in our script. So we say script source equals, we'll just call it script.js, and then we'll close our script tag, and let's close our body tag, and let's close our HTML tag, and we'll save that. And if we open this up, we probably won't see much of anything besides a few buttons, because we just have a few buttons because we haven't, the div basically has a width and a height of 0. So we're going to have to change that. All right, so what I'm going to do is now go and work on the style file. So let's create the style.css file. And within that, we're going to have changing colors, that class. That's a div. So we're going to have a height, let's say, of 200 pixels and a width of just 100%. Okay, and we will close that out. And now let's make sure that that's working. So if that saves, now that pushes it down. We have this color here. It's white. Let's give this a color just so you can see it. Let's give you a color of light gray, okay? And let's refresh. And that doesn't come through. That's maybe something I need to do something else. Let's do D3, okay? Save that and refresh, and that's because we're doing color, not background color. That's my mistake. All right, so we're going to do background color. I was in the car all day yesterday, so pardon my mistake. All right, let's make this light gray. I hope that's one of the colors that's defined. Okay, and we got light gray. Okay, cool. All right, so, and let's maybe give it a margin bottom of 20 pixels or something like that, just so we don't have it crowded right into the buttons. All right, so let's just refresh. Okay, so we got a little space between the buttons. All right, now let's create our styles for our different colors. So we've got, what do we have? We have green, red, and orange. All right, so the green style will just have a background color of green. Okay. The red style, we're going to have a background color of red. And then the orange style will just have a background color of orange. Okay, and we'll close that out. All right, and nothing's going to change because we haven't added these to anything. So let's go back and we're going to create within this folder a script.js file. And if we, let's see, if we inspect with Control-Shift-I had some functions. Okay, we have to refresh. Why is it not finding that? Let's see. We haven't saved it yet. That's why. Okay. All right, so now if we refresh, okay, that goes away. Let's look at the elements here. All right, so we've got change to green, change to red, and change to orange. Okay, so let's start first with the function change to green. So we'll do change to green. All right. So, well, first off, let's create a, actually, first let's create a variable for the div. So let's call the variable, and let me take a look here, what we have here for this div. It's changing colors. So let's just call it the changing colors div. And we're going to do a document.query selector because there's only one, and we'll do that class of changing colors. Okay, and so now we can target that. So in this function, we're going to do changing colors div class list dot add, and we're going to add the class list of green. Okay, and we're going to close that out. All right, so we've got this change to green. So now what I'm going to do is refresh, and we'll go to the console here. And if we change to green, we can change it to green. Now, we haven't created the other function. So if we change to red, we're going to get an error here. Likewise, if we change to orange, we're also going to get an error. But we can easily change those. Okay, so what we can do is we can do function change to orange. And let's create that, and we'll do the changing colors div.classlist.add. We're going to add the orange class list, and we can also do the function change to red. Okay, and we're going to do the changing colors div.classlist.add red. Okay. And we'll close that. Now, if we refresh, okay, we click change to orange, it changes, change to red doesn't work. And change to green doesn't work. Well, why does that not work? Well, we have to remove some of these other things here. So we should remove changing colors div. So we'll do .classlist.remove, and we'll remove orange, and we'll also remove red. Okay, and for orange, well, I can yank this line, and then for orange, I can paste it here, and then I can yank it and paste it, and I can just change inside the quotes to green here. And then I can yank this and paste it, and yank this and also paste this in. Okay. All right, so now if we refresh and we change to orange, it'll still change to orange. If we change to red, it'll change to red. If we change to green, it'll change to green. But we had to remove those prior to doing that. Okay, another way of doing this is we could change our method here. And instead of removing and then adding, what we could do, I don't want to, actually want to delete that. Okay, what we could do is we could take this changing colors div here, and we could do the style dot background color, and we could say equals green. Okay, so we have to do background color in camel case. Okay, and let's just move that there. And we could do the same thing here. Now, this may not be recommended because when you talk about separation of concerns, technically you really shouldn't be changing your CSS in the JavaScript. But, sometimes you break the rules. Okay, and I'm going to delete this here, and we'll do changing colors div style dot background color equals red. Okay, save that. Now if we refresh, okay, we can go orange, red, green, red, orange. Just keep clicking these and changing them. All right, so that's a little demonstration of how you can use JavaScript to change some of the styles within your CSS. A couple different ways of doing it. The second way probably wasn't the best way when you talk about separation of concerns, but it does work. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, please give it a like, as it'll help get out to more people. I also want to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.